I'm delighted to say out loud what you already know. Today, Moungi Bawendi, MIT's Lester Wolf Professor of Chemistry, has been awarded the 2023 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the discovery and synthesis of quantum dots. He shares the award with Louis Bruce of Columbia University and Alexei Ekimov of Nanocrystals Technology.
I'm deeply honored and surprised and shocked by the announcement this morning. And I'm especially honored to share this with Lou Bruce, who was my postdoctoral mentor and with whom I learned so much from. I tried to emulate his scholarship and his mentoring style as a professor myself. And when I came to MIT, the atmosphere of MIT, which is really unique in the world, which allowed curiosity-based research to flourish in an environment surrounded by engineering, interested in applications, and entrepreneurs interested in taking those applications to the market. It's a cauldron of innovation at all levels of science, and it's just a unique place in the world. And I'm so grateful that MIT supported me through my career all these years. And there you go.
I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit further about that story where you flunked your first chemistry exam.
But I thought I knew the material, and I kind of did. I just didn't know how to practice for exams. And I learned how to do that. And then after that, it was, hundreds on every exam pretty much. But I figured out how to study, which I didn't know how to do before, pretty much.
What is your advice for first-year undergraduates leaning toward a research career?
Keep an open mind. What you're interested in now is probably going to be different than what you're actually going to be doing and be interested in later. Be flexible and be curious. Curiosity is the key to success in science.
I was just keen to hear on how you reflect on how this field has developed in the 30 years since your breakthrough, and what do you think the future holds for quantum dots?
Well, that's a really good question because, I'm constantly surprised when I go to conferences about the progress and the directions of the field. I think 30 years ago, none of us who started the field could have predicted 30 years later would be where we are today. It's just amazing to me if you have really great people working on a brand new field and with brand new materials, innovation comes out in directions that you can't predict. So I would be I would be at a loss to tell you, in 10 years, where this is going to go. Because I'm waiting for that surprise myself, and I'm sure I'll be surprised, and I'm sure something interesting is going to come out. It's not the end.
The applications for quantum dots are numerous and the potential nearly limitless. What application has most excited or surprised you?
Well, I think I would say, first of all, that any application was surprising, from the beginning. So we didn't really expect applications at the beginning. It was really, why is the world the way it is? I guess it's surprising to me that, the scale at which manufacturing of quantum dots has evolved, and that it's, at a scale where all these displays have dots in them. I would never have thought that you could make these things at such a large commercial scale and have them inexpensive enough that you could incorporate them and that they would actually make a difference in the consumer area. I really didn't expect that.
What do you think is the next industry your inventions will disrupt?
So Seth, great question. As Seth knows, we're not very good at predicting the future. I wish I had a crystal ball. I know what I'm interested in, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be the next big thing. Somebody else probably has that idea somewhere else. I'm interested in the really basic quantum mechanics of the material and how they could be applied in quantum optics right now. Whether or not that will lead to something in 5 to 10 years or longer, I don't know. So my favorite part, I think, is something that I already mentioned, is really the learning about all these different areas of science that we're able to touch with quantum dots. To me, that's just incredible to be able to touch so many fields and to learn about them and to see how we could contribute in those areas. To me, that's been an incredible journey. You have a setback, but you can persevere and overcome this and learn from your experience, which, obviously I did, but and not to let it destroy you. I mean, it could easily have destroyed me, that first experience with an F, the lowest grade by far in that class. And I could have just decided this wasn't for me.
Thank you again to everyone gathered to celebrate this exciting moment. Thank you, President Kornbluth. Thank you, Professor Bawendi, and congratulations once again to you and your fellow laureates. That will wrap us up here today.